So the other day I put out a video on why it's so hard to believe in God when you experience trauma. And in particular in my YouTube, I got some pretty complicated answers back. And I say complicated because one answer in particular of one person saying, well, God forged you to be a soldier of God. You were different, that's why you had to go through the fire. And in religious context, that sounds very like spiritual and rewarding in that sense. But in an everyday practical sense of it, as a child who experienced being kicked and punched on by my parents who were grown-ups who were much bigger than I was, and experiencing coming to my house after school and smelling crack and seeing syringes and heroin in my dresser drawer, seeing all my toys being sold for drugs, seeing my sisters, my grandmother get beat up by the same abusers. It didn't feel like I was being forged to be a soldier of God. It felt like I was being prepared to be insane, to be mentally ill, to be homeless, to be on drugs myself. So it's complicated when your control has been stripped away at such an early age to now give up control to a higher power. And this is coming from a person who, like, I want to believe. Like, I study the Bible, I study different religions, I know pastors, I always talk about this stuff. But when you've been deeply wounded with developmental and complex trauma, sometimes it's extremely hard to know that there is a God. So the conversation for me continues. It's not a black and white thing, it's an exploration.